This is our final week of the Agents of Deterioration. We're going to talk about two things for you that pretty much go together, though they are opposites. Fire! And water. Exactly.
In our area, we're more likely to fire damage than we are to water damage.
Right, so that is getting us into risk assessment and emergency planning, which I'm sure we will talk about at a later date more in depth. But you want to know where you're living and what your
conditions and environments are.
So we have to worry about fire, so we'll talk about fire. It's bad. Fire is bad. To prevent fires, you just
Clear the brush out from around your house.
you make sure all your electrical outlets and wires are safe.
Make sure you actually have a smoke detector.
It also gets into your fire suppression. In a museum, you want to decide if you're going to have wet pipes or dry pipes, because what happens if you get a hole in your wet pipes, then you've got water leaking from your ceiling. But dry pipes takes a little longer to get the water to the fire. So it's that risk assessment again and what you want to do. Yes, fire extinguishers are another fire suppression, and they're chemicals, so they can harm the object, but would you rather have some chemical damage or fire damage?
I think chemical damage in the case.
Yep, so that's again your planning.
For fire, it kind of sucks if you have like an attic. You can't really run up the attic stairs and save like your priceless items. You pretty much have to let it go, which is sad because that's history being destroyed.
Right? And talking about the storage, even if your fire doesn't get up there, the soot can get up there, and that's your dust again. That's the ash, and it will damage the object, but soot can be cleaned. Yes, soot can be cleaned to a point. So just try to get the fire out.
But your life versus the life of an object.
And that's in your emergency planning again. Human lives always come first. Then plan what objects you're going to save. So maybe in your house even, plan what objects you would save if something should happen, and put them somewhere where it would be accessible.
Easy for you to grab as you're running out the door.
Yeah.
Water!
Obviously flooding is an issue.
Again, you can't prevent that other than sandbags around your doors and stuff like that to help kind of stop it from coming in as bad. So I guess keep your items on a high shelf for that influence.
Yeah, that is a good point. If you're going to store something, keep it at least 6 inches off the ground somehow. If it's on a shelf, if it's on top of a bin that doesn't have anything in it, just keep it off the ground. So if it does flood, you at least have a little bit of leeway there. If you get flooding, there are people who can come in and help you. They will dry your objects out and try to save as much as possible. In the emergency planning, you would have that number ready and
Posted somewhere on the wall, something.
Talk about that. So water isn't just flooding. If you have a leak in your house or in your museum, try to get that fixed as soon as possible. Move any objects away from that leak so that the water can't hurt it. Even just a drop of water, you've seen water on paper, it distorts it and warps it. So keep water as far away as you can. For your document that you have on display, or if you're storing it, again, keep it off the ground for the flooding. For fire,
Put it somewhere on the wall where it's easy for you. If you're running by, you can just yank it off the wall. Not yank, lightly take it off the wall.
don't use your document as a toaster. That's bad. That makes me cringe thinking about it. And again, if you have major fire or flooding, human lives always come first. Those are your major agents of deterioration. So we hope that helped you a little bit. If you have any more questions, you can reference the Canadian Conservation Institute. They're going to have those papers that will really help you with your specific object. And so we will be having more museum fun next week. See you later.